Hey, and welcome back to Blueprints. It's day 52 and it's not going to stay that for very long. Today is the day where I'm just going to spam the outside room until I get the shrine and the blessing that I want. So let's hope for a good item here. Okay, sleeping mass and gems. I'm not gonna be able to use those, but maybe I will be able to, so let's hope. Let's go for the first attempt. And it's not here. Okay, it doesn't actually matter what I pick. Let's just pick the tool shed. Again, I'm just gonna end the day here. Yeah, it's actually here. Call it a day and reset. I'm going to do that like multiple times until I find something. So I'm going to just skip into the future. So I guess BRB. Wait, this is an abandoned project? Neat. Didn't know that there was like something specific in here if I don't pick. Maybe if I don't pick anything, there's like something special that happens. But we will see, we will see. You know what? Maybe instead of going for the blessing, I want to go for the schoolhouse. Just because I already skipped like 2 or 3 days. It's day 54 now. I feel like that's more interesting for me personally. Because this was like another project I want to work on. Today I'm gonna try to reach the 9th or was the 10th year? I forgot. Like one of them has the final exam in there. And I would actually like to learn a bit of stuff still. So let's try it. But before that, I'm gonna have some fun with the parlor. This top statement on the white box is true. The gems are not in this box, okay? Exactly 2 statements with the word true are false. The gems are not in this box, okay? Ooh, that's actually a really complicated one because we have like 3 of those boxes. Both statements on the white box are true. Both statements on this box are true. Assuming that this one is true, then this is obviously a completely true statement. Wait. So we have 3 boxes, all with like 2 statements. On one of the boxes, both statements have to be false, and on the other one, both statements have to be true, and the third one can be, you know, any which way basically, which means that if this box is true, then this one would also be true, and this one would have to be completely false, in which case, because like the gems are not in this box, this is okay because we already said that this would be a true one, then this one would be the completely false box because it says the, which can't be, right? Like this is already wrong because like the top statement says that the top statement on the white box is true, but it doesn't say like only or anything like that, which means that this one could be at most a mixed box, which cannot be, which means that this is already wrong. This one cannot be a completely true box, which also means that this is automatically a completely false box. Oh wait, is it? It could also be a mixed one because like if, yeah, because like if only the first statement is true, the second one can still be a false statement, right? Because like the second one doesn't really tell a lot here. Okay, both statements on the white box are true. Gems are not in this box. Exactly 2 statements with the word true are false. This one has the word true in it. These are both true, okay. And the top statement on this is true. So 2 of those would be false. Assume that this one is a true statement, because otherwise, you know, we can't actually work with that one, right? Let's start off with that. 2 of them are false. If both of those are false, then only one of the statements would be true, which would be the top one and not the bottom one, so the gems would be inside of there. Which means that this one would be the double false one, this one would be a mixed one, and this one would be a double true one. The top statement on the white box is true, which it would be still, and the bottom one, the gems are not in this box, would also be true because they are in here. Gems are not in this box. Gems are not in this box. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with that. That's probably the easiest solution that I can see, and I don't want to spend too much time in here. Because like the bottom one would be false and it would be inside of here. Yep, okay. Didn't even have to think about that too hard, actually. You know, I'm just that great at logic. No, but seriously. Okay, finally first classroom. That actually took a bit longer than I wanted it to, but at least we got it, and I guess I should still go from here because I can re-roll. Wait, But the classroom would turn to the left, which is actually an issue here. So I'm gonna probably go via the reading nook, get the library, and go from there. Or I can just take the classroom instead. Actually, it's better than the library. So this is year 2. We've already seen year 2, so I don't actually expect anything too interesting here. Unless somebody brought like more sapphires to class for some reason. And the next one, I mean, I'm getting a lot of rerolls as well. I also have like a secret passage in case I really have like issues here to continue. Ooh, and a hall pass. Wait, this is science? Science, yeah. Can't believe that Mrs. Peterson would just get trash talked like that. Okay, now let's see. Drawing room? Perfect, I mean, even more options. I still don't know about the code to the safe in this room though, so that's kind of awkward. But hey, at least I get like more drafting options. And another classroom, but this one's rotated in a weird way. Still gonna take it though, just to make progress here. This is the map. Do we learn anything else about those places, right? Because like we have Mora J here, there's like the ship here, which is really don't make sense. And there's also the White Sea that talked about, but we can't actually see that one on here. Korarica is like really mountainous. We have Vera with like the turtles, I'm assuming. On this side, this Eraja is actually also really mountainous now that I think about it. Looks like it here. Right, like there's like a big crater. No, wait, it's also just a lake probably. I might be overthinking this. But I do remember there being like some description of like these areas in like the history book, which is why I'm gonna have to borrow that one again. Nuance. Still think that this is probably clear weather and that people are flying there for reasons, obviously. With like their airship. And this is obviously like where they are putting this political statement, right? Like by Kathleen, right? Because this is formerly known as Orindia areas. But yeah, like we figured out like all of the regions like from here, because like if you see this stuff here, for example, wait, which is incorrect? They are all flipped, right? Like they're missing 3 points. This one should be here, this one should be here, and this one should be here. And we can probably figure that one out using like some of the other worksheets, which I really like as a concept, right? There's the fan areas, we do know about this. I don't think we are learning anything new here. Colossus, okay. I do remember there being like one of the desks where there was like actually like additional information in like one of the sides of the table basically. I guess the library here? I do want to borrow that book, so I should probably go here at least once. Oh wait, because I didn't go here like the last few times, I still have the new clue here. I always borrow that one, like whenever I can, because sometimes that's just something, you know, there's like a spark of inspiration when I look at those pages and I figure out something new. Maybe those numbers are actually important. Christopher Clark? No. Maybe not though. Right, like I've definitely spent like a lot of time on this one. Is there anything else we can get out of this one? I mean, it could be... No, it can't be spiritual place because we already have the spiritual component in like another color. But yeah, this is like what I talked about like in the last episode with like my list. Nuance with like the blimp up here. Obviously like this is probably the aviation method they use to get around. Mora J would make sense. The White Sea of Yore could be white because we don't actually have blue as a color. This is obviously orange because we do know that from like another area. Vera Shores. We have the weather here. We already solved that one, right? Like Arch Areas was the one we solved. Render areas we obviously solved, and fan areas as well. So we did get a lot of information out of this one. So I'm quite happy about that actually. And I don't have enough gems for the trophy room. How silly. I don't actually need a bookshop, but hey, I guess we're here again. I'm also kind of running out of keys, which is like my biggest issue right now. I might have to draft other rooms now. I could go for the locksmith, buy some keys, and then go by the secret passage. I'm definitely not gonna... Alternatively, I'm just gonna go for the corridor and hope I'll get something good. I'm gonna go for that one. Because I also don't have like too much money for more keys, which is like the next issue. Maybe not the smartest idea, but you know, you gotta take something. We do have a code check, but sadly we don't have the master key anymore, which is annoying. But that's on me. I guess I'm getting the dormitory just because of the additional effect. Also, keycard. I mean, at least the run is kinda saved. Right, because like this is, we have like the orange color, for example, right? Like Corarica or University seems to be very important, like from all the text that we had already read. And that every single time Corarica was related to that, unless you are actually purple. No, wait, we have purple already. Purple is confirmed from like the list, from like the, is it first year classroom? So this has to be orange. So this is definitely not the issue that I had. I would say, if anything is wrong, it's probably just like the mode of transportation where I misunderstood something. I do have a classroom, I would like that, but the storeroom, I kind of need it because I can always go via the foundation again. I need more keys. I'm absolutely, like, I'm out of keys and the other door is already locked, so I'm gonna get this one just because I get 2 here. Okay, I guess it's time to go via the other path. This is the first time I reached the secret room from here, by the way. Is this related to the other puzzle? Wait a second. Because we have like still the castle one, right? Like I always said like the castle one. It's the one outside. Because otherwise it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Why is door written like that? There's like one gap in between. Wait. D gap OOR. Wait. If I... Because we have like the ID as well. If I combine this technically, right? Like the ID that was on the... what's it called? Like on the pass. Like on one of the passes there was like a small I and then a capital D and then like a few gaps below there. If I combine that here somewhere... Like my guess is... It would make sense if... would that make sense? I mean, if the top D, like the D in the top right, is the same character? Could it be the same character as the D that I have with the ID? Maybe. Alternatively, I could also assume that this is actually the lowest one, then I would get this pattern, which doesn't help me. You're probably not going to be able to read it if I show you guys, but let's see, maybe I can, right? Like it's kind of that. Hope it's kind of, you know, manageable to read, but interesting that there's something on the back here. I'm gonna have to pay attention to those. There are like some of those rooms that you don't really check from the other side, so it makes sense that there would be something hidden here. But it's like the only puzzle where I can see this, yeah, meaning anything basically. So I'm just gonna assume that this is related to that one. And since we already know the pattern, right? Like we have like the castle on the left side and we have like 2 more rows with the same amount of letters. It would make sense, but I'm also kind of locked in here. I have to go around. Oh, I think I found the note I was thinking about. To Hannah Peterson, after a few false lead, is the old one that was looked for. Wait, where did you look for it? Wait. The political whims of the CBE? I mean, it could be Corarica, whatever, BE, I don't know. Corarica Board of Education? Could make sense because, like, Professor Charity was apparently somewhere looking in the The storage on the campus library. I'm still assuming that's probably in that area there. Okay. Time for the squish. Do I want to just re-roll the corners? I still have like 2 of those, but I could also get money. But do I care about money? Not really. Let's just re-roll the corners. And then continue on with like exploration. Okay, this might be the last room. Let's have something great here. Ooh, classroom or walk-in closet. Like the issue is, if I don't get a key, then I can't continue. I don't actually remember. Did we ever go to class 5? I do remember getting to the 4th one multiple times. The walk-in closet could give us a key though. I'm gonna get a classroom. Probably not a smart idea. Oh wait, it's the art class. Oh, I do remember. We've made it to art before. This was like the explicit hint again that there is going to be like a puzzle like this on the walls, and now I'm locked in. I guess I can't actually continue now. Well, too bad. Because as always, apparently, if I'm failing, then I'm failing hard and I don't have enough keys, apparently. I could gamble if I really wanted to. I do have 33 coins. Can I get anything cool with like 20? I can get keys. I'm gonna wager there are like multiple keys that I can get. If I get those, I mean the run is saved. The run is saved? For keys. Easy peasy. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna take this door then. Gonna get the greenhouse. Not gonna draft from here, but maybe I can get like a shovel? No, I'm getting this one. Well, watering can, I guess. I'm doing it mainly because if the if I get the right room here, then I can at least turn to the side. Gas observatory. Come on, give me something that gives me a key. Maybe 2? No. I mean, the sale, I guess. But I've already been to the store, so it doesn't actually help me. Well, I am done with this now. I can't actually do anything anymore. I can only use the utility closet, if anything. I guess solarium. Just because it's fun. Oh, look at that. It's a flower. Could have used that one earlier. Since this is a short day, I feel like I'm gonna have like a second run here in a second. But I kinda wanna know what happens if I end the day in a specific room. I don't know which room I want though. Maybe the classroom. What happens if I fall asleep in the classroom? Because we do know that certain rooms have like special effects. I do think it's only bedrooms, but it would be funny if the classroom had like a specific effect. I don't know. Maybe I can learn better when I'm sleeping here. Well, only one way to find out. Also, I don't really care about like the other effects, I think. I didn't actually record. Wait. I did write it down though. I don't actually have an effect for the dormitory on my list. So maybe I should just go there. So let me do that. Wait, now that I am on this side of the estate, let's see if I can actually open this. What happened? Like, because I've already opened the conference room, so I'm not really sure what's going to happen here. Let's just get a bedroom. You're probably just going to open and then nothing's gonna happen. You can technically see the letters over here, by the way. Like, if you really pay attention, but I guess I've never done so that's kind of on me. Time to rest in the dormitory, I guess. This is all I can do. I want to see what kind of effect it has. I will see it next day, I guess. So let's call it a day. And today has been an academic shopping center with like 4 shop rooms and 5 classrooms. Kind of makes sense, right? Rank 9. Could have been better slightly, but just barely. So let's go for a second run today. I'm gonna do the same thing again. Either I'm gonna get like the schoolhouse, or I'm getting the shrine, and I'm just gonna reset until I find one or the other. I mean, I did get the hovel here. Did I actually get any effect here? I don't think I got anything from the room just now. Did the hovel have any effect? No, it's also not on the list, huh? I mean, I can at least rest in here. Maybe we're getting like a visible... I mean, there could be like a special effect that I just don't see, but I at least don't see anything right now. So I'm just gonna assume that I didn't actually get anything from resting in that room. Let's see if the hovel does anything. I don't see any change at least. Okay, maybe this one also doesn't have any effect. And the shrine and the schoolhouse. Ooh, I want to go for shrine. Just because this one's kind of annoying to get. Because I also need to get the correct effect. I'm just going to throw in like all the money. Can I make that quicker somehow? I hope this is not going to last way too long. Wow, there's even an animation for that much money. Well, give me something good. Berry. Why is it always the berry picker? Let's get cursed. Yay, I'm cursed for 2 days. It's at least quicker than the other one. Ooh, all the lights are off. Can I open you now? The truck is locked. Something tells you it should stay that way. I don't know how I would open this one though. Right, like... Technically, if I have... didn't I go here with a hammer already? I don't remember. Well, anyway, 2 days of curse doesn't actually matter. I'm just gonna skip through them anyway, so who cares? Another schoolhouse and shrine. I mean, I'm not... Am I cursed anymore? Probably not. This was the second day, right? Yeah, it's over. So let's try it again. I'm gonna throw in less money because I feel like throwing in too much money, I get the berry picker every time. So let's throw in 20. High roller. Okay, that doesn't really matter to me either. So I guess I'm just gonna curse myself just so the effect is shorter. Let's instantly call it a day. Kinda wanna see what happens. If I get like another kind of title. Probably not. It's probably still an abandoned project. Yeah, total room 3. Wait, the outside room doesn't actually count. 0 steps taken. Oh yes. New high score. I mean, it's at least a schoolhouse. I'm gonna go for a second schoolhouse run then. That kind of fits thematically now that I think about it, right? I should have just done that earlier. And we can get more shrine runs next time. Classroom 1. Classroom 2 in a terrible position, but who cares? I just want to get them. And the third one, and I can actually use it here. And I can also use the redraws, which is amazing. I think if I get the classroom again, I should turn to the left, shouldn't I? And another classroom. Perfect. And this is 4. And now this is where the fun begins, because we still have like so many rooms left. And the hall pass. Is the hall pass always in classroom 4? I feel like maybe it was actually earlier before as well. I don't know. Might not be in like year 4, like grade 4. You know what I would love to see? An experiment that gives me more letters. Let's see. Small chest? No. Red rooms and get dice instead? It's actually not the worst thing. I'm gonna go get that one just so I have a higher chance of actually getting the classrooms. Let's go for the library. I still need to order the history book again for the next time I'm here. Which one is it? First edition. Because this one definitely talks about like some of the locations, right? At least about, what's it called? I always forget it. Raja. There should be like a little bit of information in there at least. It's just like going to be like tiny smidgens, but I'm gonna maybe, you know, get enough information to actually solve that one. Would be nice. And another classroom. This should be the art one. Yeah, that's the art one. Perfect. We have like so many redraws now. Let's see if I can actually get another classroom here. That would be so great. You sadly rotated the wrong direction, but you are also not the worst room, so I'm gonna get you, and this should give me... You're watching a movie? With the projector here. What are you? History lesson? History is penned by the victors. Yeah, that's classic. Also like the ruby crown here. What do you know about this? History worksheet, multiple choice. Who was the first crown ruler of Fan Areas? Of Fan Areas? That should be... So, okay, here's the thing. Desolates was the last ruler of Orindia Areas, right? And Leosin tried to become the ruler, but he died. And General Teskin was the one who won, became the first king, right? Leosin did that, and then Prince died, and but he won, right? He died, but technically he won. Did I write down who... Because like Desolates the Third, who was the king of the people, and after the death of Desolates the... Did I write down the sixth? So the fourth wasn't even that important. Huh. I mean, Prince Leosin declared himself the ruler, but I don't think... Yeah, King Tiskin, victorious king of the war, is probably the first one then, okay. Which city is Fan Areas... Wait, which city in Fan Areas is named after a historical figure? Aurus, technically, right? So Teskin is probably correct, Aurus is probably wrong. Wait, which one was Aurus? Wasn't Aurus the first one? Yeah, first King Aurus, the merchant lord who became the ruler. How many sons did the fourth king of Orindia have? 60 and 6? 8, 5, 2. The fourth king of Orindia. That would be... Wait. This is the second era, right? The fourth king split into 3 for the 3 kids. Wait, what? So you had more than 3 kids? Huh? How long did the War of the Fifth Era last? 22 years seems... Yeah, that's the 22-year war, that makes sense. Which realm did not ally with Fan Ares during the war? Arch Ares, Raja, Nuance. Nuance definitely aligned with them, right? Yeah, Arch Ares and Nuance joined the fight. So a Raja, okay. Oh wait, I get why I was so confused by the question. How many sons did he have? He had his only daughter, which got a Raja. Okay, now it makes sense, right? There's 2 sons, 3 children though. 22 years. Arch Ares is wrong because, again, Nuance actually, like Nuance and Arch Ares actually joined, a Raja just didn't. What flag was forbidden to be flown at full staff after work? The black flag. That makes sense, yeah. By Noah W, okay. They're all at 4 or 6, but at least I do know those solutions already, right? Like I can figure out like questions like those, which is why I have like so many notes on my side, right? Okay, but I don't think that there was anything new. Wait, I can change slides. Oh, of the war, black versus red, okay. This is all the people who died, but they are celebrating at the end. This is the crowning of Tiskin. We do have the Fan Areas Pentagon already. Okay. Then you're working... No, you're destroying the railroads. Yeah, because they are not used anymore, right? Right, this doesn't look like you're working on them, right? You're looking using the X to actually break those, the beams in the middle, the wooden ones. And yeah, green blimp or whatever. Is that important? Is green... Am I correct then that green is Nuance? It would actually make sense because I don't actually have that many colors left. And generally, like, the colors seem to be quite prominent. We've seen a picture of the castle before. It was in the underground, actually, now I think about it. Okay, is that the end? Okay, that's the fight again. Red versus black, yeah. We did read about that though. Yeah, there definitely is a celebration going on in the back, kind of, but obviously a lot of people died, including the prince. We do know about that. The crowning. Okay. I feel like I could probably solve that. And again, like they destroyed the railroads. Don't know why exactly. I mean, I'm a big fan of railroads in general, so I am appalled by the idea of just removing them. But we do know that the railroads were like really important and integral to Orindia, while they aren't to fan areas anymore. Probably some car lobbyists or something like that. I don't know. Because now the roads are important. And this is it. I'm gonna be completely honest. I guess that green is actually the color of nuance, and then the color of Mora J would be white, because then I feel like I have all the colors. I have yellow, purple. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with the black one. Which one is missing on my list? Vera doesn't have a color then. But Vera could be the spiritual place, which would be pink then. In which case I would have all the colors at least. Assuming that I'm correct that this is green, and those would make sense at least. 50%? Okay, I'm just gonna see if there's like any funny remark on like any of those pages, but I don't think so. There are also only like 4 people who had written the test. Richard? Noah? Cole? I'm also kind of intrigued by the fact that everyone writes their name differently. First of all, just Chris. I don't know if it's like a cultural thing, because maybe they're like people from like the different cultures here. But like, for example, no capital letters in your name? I don't know how typical that is. But I would say not that, right? Maybe I'm just thinking about this from a very German mind, where like we also capitalize basically all nouns, so... But I would find it kind of weird if I handed in like a piece of like a worksheet and didn't capitalize my name. And obviously this one where like everything is capitalized. Anyway, I guess more exploring. Huh? Music just stopped like in the middle. I was in the middle of drafting and just completely quiet now. Another classroom, but I can't draft you here. Okay, that's actually terrible. Good to know. I should have probably not wasted as much. Okay, to be fair, like the redraws don't actually matter here. Do I care about the conference room? I can probably in 5 redraws get like another better room. Chapel's actually at least connected to the hallway, so I have like a shortcut, which would be nice to have. Oh yeah, and I get completely forgot about the experiment. I do get like rerolls, which is also nice. Dog. And more classrooms. This is algebra. Okay, grade 7. We're actually getting really close. Uh-huh. Doing some math here. A squared b -3. That's also squared. Okay, interesting. Okay, but why are you showing me that? I don't know if they are like important, because like there are also different colors, right? Like blue, yellow, and red. I mean, this one's like the easiest one to solve, obviously, right? Like 36, 30, 30 times 30 is like 900. That's not too bad. Obviously, like with the other letters in there, that's not the easiest. Because obviously a squared b -3, we would have to just square that one, and then we would have that as a term times -3, obviously, is like the first one. If you just multiply this times this, and you would have that square. It doesn't actually matter here. I feel like I'm not getting like any useful solutions here. You have a worksheet though. Okay, this is the advanced function. So this is probably a 9. I don't know, like, this symbol, we have seen it before, right? Like to square stuff. Oh, those are new ones. 21.7? Okay, maybe they are going to be important for later. Is that the difference? No, those are the same, though. Oh, is this like an estimation? So like, to the ones, to the tens, to the hundreds? So like, they're like two, like this is one line. So 21.7 rounded up to 22, because we only have like one line, two lines, rounded to 20. Now we have like this one with three lines. Because we have three lines, we are rounding that one up to 100. And because this one has one line, we are rounding this one up to 60. And we are subtracting that one, so we have 40. If that's the case... Remember, don't square till you're there. Okay. Don't square until you're there, huh? Sandra, can't believe this. 100, okay, you have a C. -1. I mean, I could probably math like most of this stuff out. Because I do technically know the solutions most of the time, right? Like you square, and this is 9, 16, yeah. This is 9 minus 5, so 4, yeah. But you're squaring this one. No, wait. This one's rotated. Does that mean, if it's rotated like that you're doing it at the end? So you have like a 10 and then squared instead of 12? Because like this 7 and then 5 squared. I'm actually not sure now. Because I don't have like a correct solution here. It's going to make it harder. But like the rounding stuff makes sense, right? I'm assuming that this is the correct solution, and you're just completely... No, this is also right. This is still 40. 100. 10 over here? That's just wrong. Interesting though, huh? I'm still not sure about like those, but apparently there's a difference between those. I'm gonna have to check that one the next time I look at the puzzle in the billiard room, because I did not actually pay attention to like the inner square being like a different, like being rotated differently. It seems to be important. I've never paid attention to it, like at least to the point that it mattered. Like, it's also going to be harder to get more classrooms at the moment. I'm gonna go for the drawing room. It's not as efficient because I have like so many redraws left, but first of all, that's going to give me more redraws in the long run, and also gives me like 2 pathways I can go, which would be nice to have actually. Another classroom, not in a perfect position, but it's better than the other options, so I'm gonna take it. This is grade 8. Are you actually teaching me Eurasian vocabulary? Night, Dow day, loon water, yide gate. Early Eurasian did not use any verbs, so today the rare usage of verbs are comprised almost entirely of loan words and are mainly used to describe physical actions. Okay. This is a breakthrough. I might be able to understand the letter that I had seen. We are going to learn about the affix pairings. Okay, because we had... Wait a second. I'm gonna open my wonderful notes because I had written down the Lady Epson letter. Like Orelda Gyrus. Can I do something in here? Gyrus? No. When paired with a verb can mean I will or I won't, similar to ul and lu. Because ul and lu we've definitely seen with like who's Sinclair lu. Who. House. House Sinclair Ru? Is that like a Ru? Or it's maybe just the way you are saying Sinclair. Forget. Uldainen. The forget, because it's a verb. To forget. Doesn't exist, which is why it's a loan word. Uldainen. L, I, me. When paired with a similar to ul or lu. We have it who absent lu. So who house absent lu will not be absent. Obviously you can't see the text that I have in front of me. This is actually, let me use the other screen here real quick. So this is basically the file that I have in front of me. You can't see all of it because I have it shrunk down, but here. This is the text that we have. And this is kind of what I am referencing like the entire time, and I would like to kind of add that one here, but I don't think I can do it in like an easy way to OBS. Maybe for the recording, like I'm gonna edit like in the recording, so you maybe understand like what I'm talking about, or like in the edited version. This could definitely help me. I need to write that down, but I feel like there's probably more that I can figure out here. Hello, can you teach me a new word? Ajlor will teach. Will is for me? No, it's L. Will is will not, or I will or I won't, huh? So it can be positive. Wait. Is that dot L when paired with a verb can mean I will or I not? Okay, now I'm confused. I'm gonna have to look at more stuff here first, I feel like. Ulgo, Nevdao, and Ajlor, okay. Learn Arajan. And we do know that Araja's purple, so it does make sense to have it written like that. Huh. How can we teach me about this? The large house is towards the east. Hivam, Huam, Oet. The who at least makes sense. For large? Large. Okay, this is suffix. Okay, that makes sense. So large house. And it wouldn't say to be. So it isn't towards the east, it would just say east. Ovet. Could be the direction actually. I will swim at dawn. L swim? Swim because, again, we don't have verbs apparently. L for myself and Ajdao. Dao is that and Aj probably first. So the first day. So it can mean something like early as well. Okay. I feel like I'm slowly getting this language. Obviously some of these are wrong. It would be nice if you would at least tell me what's wrong about those. Okay, the branches of the tree are old. When Traven. Acceptable. This is not the wrong one then. Man F tray. Because this is definitely turned around, right? Because you have like the tray when. Nef tray. Ma and Ven. Ma for small and Ven for old. So you can, it's acceptable to switch the order around. I'm assuming. Nice night, I do know that. Readle? Le for not do that? A lack of myself. Oh yeah, not me reading night. Okay, yeah, okay. At least know what they are, like where they're coming from. Okay. El swim Nevdao. Round. Oh, it is. I will swim at dawn. I want to say like that doesn't make sense here. El swim. Okay. I will swim. Nevdao, Dao for day, and Nev for the first, right? I sometimes just have to. Oh, Nev for new and then. Ah, okay. Oh wow, I get it now. I get it now. Ul is for I will. Lu is for not. This is always the inverse. Which is why you have Aj and Jar. Ma and Am. Of and Vo. Okay, this language starts to make sense. Okay, let me see. Orelda Gyrus is the first one on my list. But don't think this helps here. Trey Branchwin. Okay, you should remember the Russian terms for these here. I mean, the branch was... Since Ven and Nev are like old and young. Trey... Oh, wait. Ven, Trey, Ven. We have the Ven twice. Wait. I am learning languages here. The old of the old branch? Is the word for tree and old the same? Because like old, and this is old again, basically, right? Or like tree is probably tree. Because they tend to be like somewhat similar, at least, like comparatively. So we have the Manev tree. Tree? The Manev? Small Nev? Oh, yeah. Okay, I get it. The small start of a tree, which is why it's the trunk. It's the start of the tree is the trunk. Okay. And it's small because of Ma. Okay. But like this is old, tree, old. Because, oh, okay, because it's the branches. You start at the trunk and then you go to the branches. So it's like the old part of it. But it's probably the last tree otherwise. Let's see if someone else has like another one. Trey Ven. Oh, okay. So you can do it like this one. So the old tree is the branch and those are old. Okay. Assuming that this one's correct, because obviously for some reason teachers in this world suck and they really don't want you to learn what you actually did wrong. I don't know. I would hate that. Okay, but I'm definitely learning something here. Okay, I will Eldau. Isn't that? I will Eldau? Like, this is the confusion thing. Okay, Ul seems to be I will. Then you have L. I will I and then Dau. And Mora. What's Mora? And whenever I hear Mora, I for some reason think money, but I don't know. So because like the beginning of the text is something about the day, something about the night, something, right, like something about themselves. Ul el Mora. Mora. Because we also don't have stuff here, so something about Mora. Don't have like a Mora in here, you know? Okay. Don't know what the Mora's about. Oh, el gift. So gifting something L. The L is from me, so I gift. Oru? Orul. L gift. Eldhevores. So I again, L. But the D in there is kind of weird, unless I am spelled there. He worries? Maybe it's actually worries and it's just misspelled. Or like Eld who? Oh, Eld who Oris. Okay. So so I house Oris. But the Oru I don't quite get in the beginning. So I'm from the house Oris. Nerdau. I don't get near. There's definitely something in there still. So something with a day. Uldarel. Will we have that over here with like the I will? Array? I feel like the D in between is basically just like a break. Right? Because we had it before with the Eld who ores instead of L. So you just have like these to kind of split it up. Unless they are important, right? Like maybe I should write down like all the letters that are like added in there, which is a lot of these apparently. Where was I? Another array. So worrying, like this is about the future. Nerdau. Because like the day. Maybe it's Nev, which makes a lot more sense because like I always struggle to differentiate between those two, even in my own writing. So it makes sense that I might have some of those wrong. Maybe I should instead of reading the. I just noticed that I'm on the wrong screen the entire time. I'm sorry about that. Could have shown you the text. I do have the letter though over here as well. So I could look into that one, right? Like if I go over here just for a second, showing you the screen again. This is the letter that we had in the grave. And a lot of the R's are probably V's and the other way around. Okay, gonna be completely honest here. I am spending a lot of time just rambling in front of me. Let me think about this in my time here. Unless it like comes up exactly now. I'm just gonna go back to like the regular recording screen here and continue with the exploration. I have seen all of these pages here. I feel like I kind of start understanding how this language works. And that also means that I can probably translate that text in between episodes. Gonna teach you how to do it probably once I understand it. This might be the last room actually. I can get the nook. No, I'm gonna redraw. Servants' quarters, we don't have enough bedrooms. One last classroom? I mean, it's the final exam already. Please take a seat. Okay, I'm gonna wait for a second. For some reason I thought there was like one more. Graduation, 8 years certainly flew by. That's true. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 9. I mean, I guess I have to understand the language now. Okay, before I do this, because I'm not sure if I'm allowed to stand up in the middle, I'm gonna look at the math one again, because I didn't quite get that one, I have to admit. For obvious reasons, I hope. Where was math? I don't actually remember. Oh, this is it. Because we have like those, and I'm still not sure which ones are wrong and which ones are right. I do know how to round stuff. I just don't get... Okay, this is probably 16, right? Like 2 squared is 4 times 1 squared again is 16. Does make sense if we say that these ones are always squared at that point. But I'm not sure if that is actually... They're also saying 16. Is there anyone who doesn't say 16? You're saying 4. Remember, don't square until you go there. So you're probably struggling with that one. I'm not sure about like why are some of them rotated like this. You're probably really struggling. So I'm guessing that since you're explicitly talking about like the squares, it's probably not correct. Just gonna assume that, right? You're probably struggling the most if there's like an explicit comment about that. So I'm guessing this is probably right. So then what about like these slanted ones? This is 16. Why is this 2? 12? I mean, I feel like this is probably just wrong, right? This isn't even a division or anything like that. This should be a lot higher. Do you have... You have 19? How do you get 19 there? What about you? You also have 19. Can I guess that the 19 is correct? How did you get 19 though? Because like squaring that certainly doesn't bring you to 19. It's not 61, I can tell you that, like in the top right. That just doesn't seem right. Unless this actually means that you're turning those around. But it doesn't make sense for this one. It wouldn't be 4. It could be the square root. We haven't had that one yet, but the square root of that one? I mean, that seems kind of hard to figure out without like a calculator. Like 12 is a weird number for that. 61 would obviously be that one turned around, but I don't think that this is the solution. Something's off. 30 and a 5. I need to figure out how to get there. You're saying negative 400? It's probably not right. It just doesn't seem reasonable. You're struggling. You have 3 results wrong. These 3 are probably right. This one's probably right. Assuming that this one is a square and then you're subtracting 5, this is probably also right. This is 7. How do you get a 4 here? Oh, wait. 7, negative 5. Yeah, obviously. 2 and then squaring that. That makes sense. Because obviously you're squaring after the 5. Wait a second. This is 8. This is 9. Still thinking. So assuming that those are all correct and those are all correct. So 3 more are false. This one's probably... this could be false unless it's a square root. But if it is the square root, I don't know how I am supposed to figure that one out. Because like 12 doesn't have like a nice square root. It's like somewhere between like 3 and 4. And subtracting 2 of... unless you're rounding afterwards. In which case, like if you're rounding up, which is technically not closer, I would say. Probably closer to 3 than 4. If it's a square root. But then subtracting 2 would make sense. This isn't rotated. 30. But it has to get smaller in this moment, right? No, wait. Okay, you're still doing the whole turning thing, right? Because you say that you have the 30, subtract 5, so you have 25, and then you turn that one around. But I don't think that this is correct. So this is probably one that's wrong, this is wrong, and this is probably also wrong. Are those right? 5 times 2, 10, 100, 105. 10 squared would be 100. So this is also wrong. So something in here is right. Because it's like 10 then squared. So it has to be 100. So this is wrong. What else is wrong? Maybe this is actually turning those around. It's 61. So you would turn those. This is why the other ones get 19 there, right? They got like 19 and 61. And 52 because, okay, if that's correct, no idea, this is wrong. So 2. This is correct. 3, 6 squared is 36, so this is the third one that's wrong. Okay. This one's also wrong, right? Yeah, this is one that's wrong. This is correct, this is correct. One is still wrong though. Which one's the wrong one? It's just this. Wait, did I count this one? So these 2. Did I have this one? This is correct. This is wrong. Sometimes I really struggle remembering what I had. Like I need 5 that are wrong, right? I'm just gonna start like in the top left. Assume that this is really just switching the numbers around, right? So this is correct. This is correct. This should be correct. This is 9 minus 5 is 4. Yeah. This one would be 21 minus 2 would be 19. Yeah. 7, that would be 4. So this is the first one that's wrong. This one would be 25 turned around 52. Okay. Oh wait, this is not times 2. This should be squared instead. So it should be 36, not 12. So this is another one that's wrong. This one's correct. This one's also correct. This one's also correct though, because you would go for the second, like the tens digit, right? This one's obviously wrong, and this one's obviously wrong. So we only have like, I missed one that's not correct then. So it can't be it. Am I stupid? Did I miss one? Did you just not like them saying no idea? This is wrong. No, wait. This is also wrong. Okay. This is why I didn't interpret this right, because obviously 2 squared is 4 times 1 squared is 16. Okay. So this is literally just turning those around. I figured it out. Okay, and then we have like the language parts. I'm going to take some screenshots before I do those, but I feel like I can probably solve that. Screenshot. And a second screenshot, okay. I hope that this is enough. Is there like a good test? This is a B+, right? I'm gonna also copy this one just so I have like something to reference later on. Should be fine. Okay. Just in case I need it, right? Like, I feel like I am now in possession of everything I need to solve the final exam then. I hope. Can't believe that I'm getting nervous here. I feel like this is harder than my university exams. Okay, take a seat. Oh, I have 30 minutes. Okay. Instructions, your exam has begun. You will now have 30 minutes to complete the next 18 pages of questions related to the curriculum covered over the previous 8 grades. If you do not know the answer to a question, skip it and come back later. This is an open book exam and you may use your notes and may retrieve information from other rooms to help you as long as you complete the test within 30 minutes. After you have completed your exam, it will be graded remotely and results will be sent to you the following day. Okay. Sam left his house at 6 a.m. and drove 5 hours west and passed 8 flags. He then turned north at Tanner Fork and drove 2 hours north and passed 4 flags in the same color before arriving at Trinstead at noon. What color were the flags? This is so mean! Okay, at least it's open book. I can run around. Also I have like the shoes, but I need the geography one because I feel like this is just rude. I did not have I have a drawing of the map, but it's not enough actually. Not for this at least. Okay, this is grade 4, okay. Taking photos of this place as well. I need a lot of photos apparently. And I'm gonna use the fact that this is an open book exam. Just like in real life. Okay. Imagine you could just take like screenshots during your real exams. That would be so funny. I mean, to be fair, it's still not enough. Like, I can speak from experience and like grading a lot of exams myself. Don't just get like copies of stuff you have seen before. It's not going to be enough. Okay, this art class I don't care about. I barely care about this one because I kind of remember the history. And there's like not a lot to take photos of. If I need something, I'm gonna go back here. Okay, let me read this one again. So, I do know the Play Store, but I don't think you were on there, right? Trinstead wasn't... Sam left his house at 6 a.m. and drove 5 hours west. Trinstead is like near Reddington though. The north. Wait. Did he turn north at Tanner Fork? I do remember that place. I'm gonna leave that one because it should be red. But I'm gonna leave it. In the scenario above where that Grand City of Fen. I mean, definitely Fen, right? I'm kind of confused now. Where did I see the map? Was this like not even in those ones? I mean, I could just guess here because I feel like, sure, let's just say red. Can I change that? No. I'm just gonna say it doesn't really make sense because Horus doesn't make sense. Arch Ares and the Raja also doesn't really make sense because I do know that Tenor Fork is like Trinsdale I do know about because it's in some of the texts. There was the old groundskeeper who went there to sell stuff and things. Anyway, what color is most often associated with hallways? Orange. Which of the following would be the least patriotic room pairing? A chapel in Fan Areas, a shop in Arch Areas, a greenhouse in Kararika, a bedroom in Araja. Least patriotic. Wait. Okay, chapel is a red room. Fan Areas. Okay, that makes sense. Shop in Arch Areas. Arch Areas is yellow. Yeah, makes sense. A greenhouse in Kararika or a bedroom in Araja. Araja is purple. So it's a greenhouse in Kararika because Kararika is orange. What color is the fruit that gives you +3 steps when consumed? Banana? So yellow? Right, like bananas are... apples are +2. So it's yellow. Okay. Solve the following problem. +5, 0. Solve the following problem. 5, 10, 12, 24. 5, 3, 15, 16, 11. Is that a 10 or is it a 1, 0? Let's pretend it's a 10, then it would be 40. 8, 4, that would be one solution. It could also be 1 times... No, it's the first one, so it's... Wait, 40, 8, 4, okay. Solve the following problem. 1, -3, -6 plus 1. -1, -8, -4 plus 1. Which carbon element appears in the periodic table directly below helium? I should know that. Okay, I need a I need to take a screenshot of like the periodic table apparently because I do not have like all of that in my head. Chemistry is year 3. I do like that I can run around, but I'm running out of steps actually. This might be the last time I can properly go out. This is history. So it has to be on the side here, right? Yeah, okay. Periodic table. Let's take a screenshot of that one as well. Okay. Hope that this is enough. Is there something else I can take screenshots of? We had this one already. I have taken screenshots of all the places I can take like screenshots of basically. I'm also like, I pay a lot of money to just do this. Good thing I am rich. This is again like just the difference in money when it comes to education apparently. Okay, final exam again. Where was I? Okay, helium. Wait, what did you ask? Directly below. Okay, helium. Ne. Which of the following is not a real element found? MTHO. Shouldn't it be Y? No, Y is actually 1 on this one. Is that LL? That seems fake. HO? Like, I actually had... like, I did my A-level exams in chemistry, so I'm kind of surprised that I don't remember a lot of it. To be fair, you don't actually learn, like, the middle part of the elemental table, right? Like, there's the stuff that's kind of hidden, if you have, like, the short version. Because, like, MT seems reasonable, but I don't remember which one that was. MT exists, okay. HO. I mean, LI I would get, but LL is like the confusing thing currently. No, wait, this is LL because an I is written differently. I know it's like kind of weird to just stare at my face while I'm looking at the table, but that's just how it's going. Can I find HO at least? Oh, HO exists, so it's LL. So I was right about it. It just didn't make sense. Isn't AG Arg? No, wait. Isn't it? No, our room is gold. Isn't silver then? Isn't AG silver? I want to say it's silver. It's not argon. I think it's RAR, yeah. So it's silver. Which elements could not be used in the spelling of the word clues? Carbon could be used for the C, but LU is definitely some that exists. I hate how long this takes. Can I find an... No, wait. It would be Cl, right? Because chlorine exists. So you'd Cl, uranium, ES? Is there an ES or just an E? ES exists. So you don't use carbon. But you also don't use radon. Carbon you can use... Is there LU? LU should exist, right? Yeah, it exists. So carbon, LU, ES... Wait. But we need a Cl for chlorine, right? Oh wait, it can be used. Okay, so radon, I guess? How many elements are on the top row of the periodic table? 2. I mean, I did know that. I didn't have to check that right now. City of Fen is south of which small body of water? Ooh, good thing I took a photo of that one. That's the Morning Bay, right? Morning Bay. Yeah, this is the ground city of Fen, yeah. Morning Bay. How many cities in Fen areas are larger than Reddington? Ooh. I'm guessing... I don't actually remember, but like, assuming that like all of the other squares are like at least as the same size, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, because the Royal Museum isn't actually a city, right? I'm just gonna say 4. Which of the following realms is not near Fen areas? I mean, Arch areas is. Raja is. Nuance is also kind of. Korarica is on the other side. I would say that's the furthest away though. How close is it on this map? Because like Nuance is like relatively close, which is also why they got like assistance from them, right? So Korarica. Which coordinates the realm of Arch areas? Arch area is obviously the mountain, so mountain. What realm is directly north of Eraja? Isn't it just Fen areas? No, Eraja is the south one, right? Yeah. So it's Fen areas. Where are you right now as you take this as Mount Holly, Aurus? No, they probably don't want to ask that one. Reddington, Fen areas? Reddington... I mean, Feather for Keep is like slightly off, but yeah. Okay, now the question is, they don't want a political statement of this being Aurus. No, wait, it would be Orindia. Aurus is a place. So it would be here. Anyway, even without a political statement, I feel like Aurus would be wrong because it's like the capital. To be fair, this could be the... No, Aurus is further to the southeast. No, look at it. Which two pieces of art would be best paired to depict the letter B? Birch tree and oak tree. Hay bale, bale and ale. Yeah, sure. Which of the following pieces of art was not displayed in the grade 5 classroom? Pry, Flan, Bright, Jungle. I would say jungle. But this is just a guess. I would have to check and I don't feel like checking. Which of the following pieces of art is not displayed in the entrance hall? We have face and we have ace. Trinsdale? There's an image of Trinsdale, right? So I'm gonna say realize. Can you find the difference? Gosh, I know your name. The angels. Which one is that? Is that Orinda? Could be because like you are the one with the scepter and the shield, right? So you should just be Orinda. But how? Angel, Ram? Unless you're talking Orinda and Orindia. In which case it would be an I. By the way, it's always really mean to not just put the B to the B. Who was the first crown ruler of Fen Areas? Fen Areas? It's Teskin. In which area were the railways of Fen Areas destroyed? This should be the 6th one then, because like the 3rd, like the 4th one was the ruins one, right? Oh wait, I have that written down here somewhere. Era of Ruin is the 5th one. And this is where Prince Liason even like starts sort of thing, so it should be in the 6th one. How long did the War of the 5th Era last? 22 years. What was the first capital city of Fen Areas? I mean, this is kinda mean. I mean, the Grand City of Fen would be the real one. Oris would be the original one after which Orindia was named, right? It's not Reddington or Drem. I'm just gonna say it's the Grand City of Fen. Assuming that they're really talking about like not the location, but the yeah, like the country, like a proper country. How many pages in am I? Enough, hopefully. Which realm gifted Fen Ares the ritual to headway their victory parade at the conclusion of the war? I want to say... Okay, first of all, sometimes words. I'm gonna have to open the dictionary. The ritual... Oh yeah, okay, this is literally just those ones. So it is nuance, because they're green. The deciding battle of the War of the 5th Era was fought on the southern shores near what famous landmark? It's not at the museum. I feel like it should be... It's fought on the southern shores. I mean, you can look at the shores and see what's even there. I mean, the Colossus is technically on the southern shores, because otherwise it doesn't really make sense. Right, like the Angel Tower, I think, is to the north. It's not really written on this map though. But I feel like I had seen that one on the map about Reddington. So I'm gonna just say the Colossus. It's going to be interesting if I even pass. Okay. 36. 3... So no, this is -3. But it's still 6 at the end. Because squaring that one, the negative obviously goes away. So it's 6. 12 should be 21 because this is the one that turns around. 11 divided by 3 is like slightly below 4, so 4 because we're rounding to like 1 digit. 4 squared 16, 21, 42, 40. Wait. 42, 41. Would be 14, right? Let me do the math right. Yeah, 21, 42, 41, 14. Okay. 5 divided by 2 is like 2.5. Times 3 is like 7.5. But you're rounding to 10. 9. 9 times 6 is 54. So 200. Wait, am I at the end? Okay, for some reason it didn't work here. Wait. Am I missing a page? No. Okay, for some reason the game just had like some issues when I was pressing D here. I don't know why. Okay, I passed something here. Wait. I don't know why the controls break on this page. I don't know why. What's the Iranian word for house? Who? What does Nev Yait mean? Okay, this is the new. I probably have to Yaita's gate, so new gate. The phrase Tre Venle can be translated in several different ways. Which of the following is not an acceptable interpretation of this phrase? Okay, le is first of all a lack of myself, so it's not about me. Then the end, so the old. Trey was the tree. Old tree, not me? That old tree is not owned by me? Yeah, sure. My tree is not very old. Makes sense. I'm not an old tree also. I cannot see the tree trunk. Doesn't really make sense, so I'm gonna say this is it. How would you say the following phrase in Iranian? You have a very, very long name. So, name. Do we know about name? No. Law could be a word though. Night-owl? No, that's definitely not it. Night is night, right? Night day. So this is not it. Lorlu, Radau. Lor would be word Lu for. Isn't Lu for I won't? It's the I won't word. Radau, Dau for day still, and the Ra for. I don't know. Something about the day. Probably also not that one. Ulra Jor. Wait. Could the A be for? I mean, AAM. Like there should be an AM, right? This is large. Will. So I will Raj. Jora. I'm just gonna say this is the only one that I can see that's something with like long in there. Aj is actually first. Ajor. I don't know what the or is for. Maybe part of the name. I don't know. It's too late. I already pressed it. How would you tell an Rajan count me out? I mean, le is just like lack of myself, so that makes sense. Le avelu. I won't. Ave. I don't know about this one. Count for. I mean, it has counts there, but like, count me out is just like lack of myself. I feel like this is probably a Raja Nai. I feel like they Nai is night still, so in Raja night, no. I'm just gonna say look. I have like limited time, you know. Final exam still in or at is. Ooh. Cardinal directions. I'm gonna take a photo of those for later. Haha, I can just write it down. I feel like I'm gonna have to retake this exam, like with how bad I'm probably doing. Use the provided Iranian terms for cardinal directions above. What would be the clearest way you could give directions to someone at point A to get them to point B? Go at. In at is. But you're here, so at is probably not in. Oh wait, you have to go up here. In at is. At tray. Tray for tree, yeah. Agen. Okay. I feel like this is not clear enough, right? That's not the clearest way, but it's the most simple way. Let's just skip that one for now. Oh, that's actually the end of the exam. Okay, I can do that one in a moment. In ancient Orindia, the number 8 was considered by Ageran scholars to be mathematically near perfect, though many of the secular sphere held that only this advanced form of 8 was worthy of numerical perfection. Ooh. This is just interesting. This is 8 reversed. This is 8 rounded to 10. This is 8 squared and then rounded to 60. This is just 8 squared, so I'm gonna say this one. Because we have seen the 8s a lot of the time where it's like an infinity symbol, so I'm gonna say it's D. Because this at least is like still an 8, right? Okay, so I have like the previous page that I still have to do. Could I please go back one page? Okay, I guess I have to press here. Okay, I don't know why the game is sometimes weird. I still have 4 minutes, so let's solve this one. This one made sense. This is definitely not clear enough because it's like 3 south, no, 3 east, which is definitely not right. Argent at off tray of toward 3. The Arj means first. Okay. Arj in first north. At is towards, right? Sometimes I'm forgetting stuff all the time. And then off tray, this is like towards 3. Isha. Ja is last. Last. Go away from the 3. Oh yeah, that makes sense, right? Like go north, then towards the 3. Like go east toward the 3 because east towards the 3. Then last go south away from the 3. This is the clearest one, I would say. Final exam is complete. Well, I guess we will see if I passed tomorrow then. I'm really nervous about that because like getting all of that again seems like kind of a lot of work, I have to admit. And the door's locked. This is literally the last thing I could do today. Well, can I find the difference? I mean, stack and stage, I feel like I can. But I feel like I have that one written down already. In any case, this was interesting. I did not expect this to happen. I was actually looking for the shrine, which is also why I skipped like a lot of days. We allow at day 60. Let's hope that the final exam worked out just fine. I feel like this episode also is like a lot longer than the previous one because there's a lot of me just rambling while I'm taking an exam. In any case, I feel like I'm done here now. I literally cannot continue. This door is locked. The previous door is locked. I found out a lot of useful information for later, I feel like. I have it in my notes. I can't make progress here, yeah. By the way, I got like a... No, wait, this was the previous one. I thought this one was the one with the sledgehammer. But no, I didn't actually find any good items this time around. In any case, where do I want to rest? Do I even have like any bedrooms? No, I don't. Okay, how about just because school's out, let's just leave and go to the church? I mean, I can't really leave fully. I mean, I can attempt it, right? No, it's too dark, no. Yes, you have used all of your steps and you must call it a day. It was a productive day, apparently. Imagine going to school and then just falling asleep because you have used too many steps already because your bus was taking a weird turn or something like that. Imagine that kind of world. In any case, let's just end the day here. See what the estate looks like. It's the academic villa. 9 classrooms, the library, 26 rooms. A lot, and I mean a lot of classrooms here. 3 whole items that I found and 95 steps. It was all calculated. In any case, I hope you enjoyed this episode with a lot more thinking on my part apparently. And I wish you a wonderful rest of your day. I'll be seeing you next time for the whole thing with like the shrine and the curses and stuff. Till then, have a good one and bye bye.